McLaren driven by Jenson Button that we saw a little bit earlier this week going up the hill here. Now, Jenson, of course, was the man that won in spectacular style the Canadian Grand Prix. We're a little worried about the next prospects of Grand Prix, of course, because the reason he's driving this MP4, the very latest development by McLaren, is that he was in a jet ski accident and he's twisted his knee, so he didn't want to strain his knee in a Formula 1 car up the hill here at Lord March's Goodwood house, so he decided to drive the road car instead, TJ.
Yeah, he did, and he took his girlfriend with him up the hill as well, but he did get into trouble with the McLaren boys over this because he shouldn't have been doing it, especially, as you say, a week leading up to the British Grand Prix, the all-important British Grand Prix, the one that he hasn't won, the one that he wants to win. But this MP4 12C is their latest supercar. They're also going to race it in GT3 as well. It is a superb piece of kit. Jenson's very, very impressed with it, and he was throwing it around, and I think he was hoping to give his father John a run as well.
Jenson Button, great to see you here at Goodwood. We expected you to come up the hill in a Formula 1 McLaren, but you've come up in the MP4 12C. There is a reason. Tell us about it.
I just love this car so much that I wanted to drive it up the hill. No, realistically, I fell off a jet ski the other day and hurt my knee a little bit, so just got a little niggly pain. That's not worth pushing it. I wanted to relax it for the Silverstone Grand Prix, and that's the only reason. But it's all fine, but it's also great fun driving this because we don't drive the F1 cars up the hill very fast because we're doing burnouts and what have you. But this thing, you know, I can actually drive quick, so that's probably the first time I've driven up here quick, and it's good fun, isn't it?
Ferrari Enzo. There's Dan Collins looking and waiting for another minute to see if he's king of the hill, because here's our last man, Johnny Milner, in the Toyota Celica Sprint. Now, this was the runner-up in the shootout last year. He returns, the former rally champ, to really give it some. And look how he's fighting away, but was that a smile, almost a resignation on his face, that he knows he's not going to be quick enough? We'll see, because he's got a long way to go yet. His first split time, he's 3/10 down. Now, looking impassively, and he's lost a huge amount of time at Moulcom. Goes wide and onto the grass, and that's going to cost Johnny Milner dear. And it might just be that Dan Collins can start celebrating, unless Johnny can pull out something absolutely heroic in the last few hundred metres. The finish line is now in sight, pushing hard all the way. Here comes Johnny to the line. Hasn't quite done it, has to settle for the runners-up position for the second year in.
Chassis Lotus that Colin Chapman came up with to try and beat, after they banned on the regulations all the side skirts, the downforce, he had one chassis to carry all the suspension, another one to carry the main frame, so they worked independently of each other. It only practiced at the British Grand Prix in 1981, and after that it was outlawed. And here is Dan Collins giving it everything up on his way up the Goodwood Hill.
He is, and we look to the first intermediate checkpoint to see how close he can get. Oh, look at this! He's 1500ths up. Now, last year we did have an old Formula 1 car winning at this King of the Hill shootout competition, the old Williams Wolf, didn't we? Making the bid for King of the Hill, came up right at the death, and Dan Collins is laying down a great marker here, and Adrian Smith's going to start biting his fingernails. He's going to be a bit worried here. Can we dip under 50? Wow, we can, by a second and a half.